So, one of the hardest things to learn, but once you pick it up, it's extremely easy to do, is to be a multifaceted human being. And what I mean by that is this, like most people I see, they have one thing that they do, right? And they stick with that. They literally define themselves by this one thing. And I've realized as a human, you shouldn't be putting yourself in boxes. This isn't a zoo. We don't put ourselves in cages, and that's even like physically or mentally. Like you should not be putting yourself in a box and saying this is me, because you know what the funny thing about boxes is, things can't escape. So you literally pigeonhole yourself into a spot, right? And you can't get out. At least mentally can't get out, because you're like, no, I'm so and so Steve. I'm the comic guy, or I'm I'm a Nadine, and I'm the forest ranger chick who knows a lot about plants. And it's like, that's cool and great, but be more, because you can, and because why not? So the key is to be multifaceted, and it will honestly open a lot of doors for you in life. Like, just because you realize you can do a lot more than you think. You won't be stuck at that horrible 9 to 5 job, or a dead end relationship, or whatever it is. It's just it. The beauty of being multifaceted is that you can no longer define yourself by one thing. And I didn't realize this until someone pointed out to me. Is just like, yeah, like I'm an author. I have a dystopian fiction thriller novel that I have published, and everyone was big on that. But I mean, I also, the world traveler. I lived in Ecuador for a couple months. Um, know a lot about trees. I'm now a YouTuber. I've I've done a lot of things. So at this point, I can't put myself in a box. Like, if I were to try, I'd have to put myself in either one, a bunch of different boxes, or two, a huge giant box that you can't see the walls of. And like that would be ridiculous to construct, because it would be an all-encompassing box at some point, because that's where I plan to be. I plan to leave this plane of existence as one of the most interesting men in the world. Not to be conceited or toot my own horn, but you should do the same thing. You should try to leave this plane of existence as the most interesting man or woman in the world. Period. And that's the beauty of being multifaceted, is you can. And just to go over it real quick, just the fact that you define yourself by one thing, it closes you off, and that closed-mindedness, and even subconsciously, keeps you from being able to do any other things, because you've told yourself for the longest that, oh, I'm this guy, and by default or by omission, you telling yourself that constantly tells yourself that you can't do anything else. So build up your multifacetedness if you can, and you can. I shouldn't say if you can. It's just a matter of when, not if. And it's not going to be easy, because especially if you've been ingrained to think in a way, you have to break down. What is that? You have to break down those walls and barriers that are in your mind, keeping you from hitting this breakthrough and this realization and understanding, because you can't just think it. Thinking it is the first step, especially when it comes to anything mentally. You're getting a little extra tidbit in this, and it's just more than being about multifaceted. Thinking is the first tidbit. Then you have to believe it. And then after belief, that's not even where you stop. You have to know it. And once you know it, and you get to knowing at a point where the belief is so strong, and then you finally see it, and you've seen it enough times, or it's just, it's become ingrained in you. It's a part of you. It's part of your being. So that's the knowing, and you have to just break down those walls of disbelief and all that stuff to get to this point. But being multifaceted will make you a very magnetic person. People will be drawn to you, and it's not the reason why to do it. I mean, you live this life for yourself, and like I said, I wish to leave this plane of existence as the most interesting man in the world, or at least one of them. And that's not because I want to do it for everyone else. Like, at least in the beginning it was, because I wanted people to be like, oh, look at him, he's so cool. But now it's for me. It's like, why would I not do all that this life has to offer as much as I can? Because for all we know, I might leave tomorrow. You know what I mean? I might leave later. There's so much lack of visibility right now. There could be some kind of freak accident that happens that I get into in my car, and I'm a spirit now. My physical body is no longer needed by me, and I'm just out of here. But do it for you. When you're on your deathbed, would you want to say, "Oh yeah, no, I was Steve, the IT guy, and that was me for 30 years"? I mean, some people are okay with that, but I know I'm not. And if you're not okay with it, this is your call to action, to take action and fix that stuff. Get it done. But I could sit here and ramble for hours, guys. If you don't know who I am, my name is Brendan. This is the Lost Tribe. If you like this content, please consider hitting that like button. Leave a comment down below if you have anything to say about this content, or if you have any ideas on what you want me to do next. I am working on another series, quote unquote, right now, but I could always get to other things. And hit that subscribe button if you like this. And with the push notification button, it'll alert you right away anytime I put stuff out. And to support the channel, obviously, you can subscribe, and I will get monetized eventually. But as I mentioned before, I am a fiction author. I have a dystopian thriller novel called The Phoenix and the Flames by Brendan Landry. I will leave a pinned comment down below or a link in the description. We'll figure out when I get there. That moment hasn't happened yet. And you can buy that if you want, the ebook, audiobook, and paperback copy. It's an easy way to not only support me, but to also get added extra value out of supporting me, especially if you like to read, or if you could listen to a story. If you don't, it's okay. Like, I understand that most people actually don't like to read anymore. I feel like it's a horrible thing, and we should all read a little bit more. But that's my opinion. Doesn't matter. Anyways, before I continue on to another 5 minute long crazy talk about something, once again, Brendan, Lost Tribe. Peace out, Cub Scouts. See you later.